Really, I feel so much honored and privileged to be with you on this wonderful occasion of the inauguration of OAM. I am very, very happy to know that this is the first equipment which is in Chennai, and of course, very few equipments in the southern part of the country. And when you look at the growth of your organization, the Kauvery Hospital, just 1999 started with 30-bed hospital. Today in 25-26 years grown to 2,250-bed hospital in multiple places of the country, mainly southern part, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka. I think let us give a big hand to the management and the entire fraternity of not only doctors, of course doctors deserve appreciation, the entire staff members, starting from cleaning staff to nursing staff to our gardeners, all the people deserve high level of appreciation. I am so excited today that in fact, I joined ISRO in 1984 as Sir told. My interest was really in the medical field. And right from my school days, I was so much fascinated about the human body, and I wanted to really understand more about the human body and understand lot of things on this area. But then, for everything there is a reason. Probably I have been carried away in the engineering field. And I joined ISRO in the year 1984, February 1st, after completing almost 41 years of service. I joined with much junior level, not like senior level, because my village, Melakatole, and actually my father had to drop out because he lost his father in the younger stage. Because I got all along first rank and passed with first rank in the school, he asked one of his colleagues who was a 10th standard dropout what to do with him because he is getting always first rank. He told better to put in the polytechnic so he will get a job. Thereby, I landed in polytechnic. Then after 3 months only I came to know I think I am in a little different route. But then what to do? One option is come out after first year and join again +2 and go in that route. But then already 1 year I will lose. Another option is complete a diploma, then look the opportunities at that point of time. Then put one target, better to get first rank in the polytechnic, and got first rank. That gave me another blow. I had to take up a job because campus interview was selected. Then that goes. Now after 41 years, when we have taken over, I consider it as a great blessing and opportunity in this area. Now this year, I would like to say we have done a lot of things. Number one, the docking experiment. Satellite docking, I think for you, I will easily explain. இப்போ இந்த நம்ம ரோட்டில் சென்னை ரோட்டில் 2 கார் போயிட்டுருக்குன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். 100 கிலோமீட்டர் ஸ்பீடில் 2 கார் போயிட்டுருக்கு. 2 காரும் போயிட்டுருக்கத ஒன்னாட்டு கரெக்டாக வந்து இடிக்காமல் வந்து கரெக்டாக இணைக்கணும். அது எவ்வளோ கஷ்டம்னு உங்களுக்கெல்லாம் இமேஜின் பண்ண முடியும். 28,400 km/h 2 சேட்டலைட் சுற்றிட்டுருக்கு. அந்த சேட்டலைட்டை கொண்டு வந்து ஒன்றுமே இடிக்காமல் கரெக்டாக ஒரு செட் ஆஃப் கேமராஸ் அல்காரிதம்லாம் வச்சு இணைக்கணும். இப்படி ஜனவரி 16 இணைச்சி இது நிறைய பெனிஃபிட் இருக்குது. இது எதுக்குன்னா அது பின்னாடி பேசலாம். இந்தியா வந்து உலகத்தில் 4ல் 1 நாடு இந்த சாதனை செய்தது ஜனவரி 16. அது முத நாங்கள் செய்யும்போது ரொம்ப டென்ஷனாக இருந்தது. ரொம்ப ஈஸியாக 4 தடவை அட்டெம்ப்ட் பண்ணி தான் கடைசியாக இணைக்க முடிஞ்சுது. இப்போ 2 நாளைக்கு முன்னுக்கு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா லைக் ஏ சைல்டு பிளே, ஜஸ்ட் லைக் தட் இட் வாஸ் டாக்ட். அது டாக்கி மட்டும் இல்லை, ஒரு சேட்டலைட்னு அடுத்த சேட்டலைட்டுக்கு த பவர் வாஸ் ட்ரான்ஸ்ஃபர்ட். அண்ட் அனதர் ஒன் இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் திங் இஸ் நம்ம முத ராக்கெட் லான்ச் வெஹிக்கிள் விட்டது பார்த்திங்கன்னா 1979 அப்துல் கலாம் சார் அவங்க தான் ப்ராஜெக்ட் டைரக்டர். அதுக்கு அப்போ வந்து சேர்மனாக இருந்தது வந்து ஒன் ஆஃப் த கிரேட்டஸ்ட் சன் ஆஃப் த சாயில் சதீஷ் தவான். அவங்க அந்த குவாலிட்டியெல்லாம் எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணாலே 1 hour ஆகும். அப்படிப்பட்ட ஒரு பெரிய ஒரு மாமனிதராகும் சேர்மன் இஸ்ரோ. அப்போ அந்த ராக்கெட் சக்ஸஸாக போகலை, எல்லாம் பில்டு பண்ணி கொண்டு வந்தாச்சு. அப்போ அந்த மாதிரி இருக்கும்போது இப்போ 100th ராக்கெட்டு ஜனவரி 29 நாங்கள் ஸ்ரீஹரிகோட்டாலேருந்து நான் சேர்மனாக சார்ஜ் எடுத்துகிட்டு முத ராக்கெட் அனுப்புகிறோம். அப்போ உங்களுக்கு தெரியும் எவ்வளோ டென்ஷன் இருக்கு. நீ 100th சக்ஸஸாக போயிட்டுன்னா இந்திய விண்வெளி இதுலேயும் இந்திய இதுலேயும் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஒரு கோல்டன் லெட்டரில் எழுதலாம். ஏதாவது ப்ராப்ளம் வந்துட்டுனா உங்களுக்கு தெரியும் என்ன நடக்கும் நீ. பட் தென் டு பி ஃப்ரெண்ட், we were so confident. It was the most complex rocket, GSLV rocket. It was a grand successful mission which was done, 100th launcher was successful, and we are written in the golden letters of Indian history. Right from my childhood, I have always looked at our human physiology and medical professionals with great curiosity and with utmost respect. Today also, you can see when I am sitting there, the people who are sitting in the front with so much years of experience. 2 doctors have come after morning operation, from the operation theatre they have come. But you can see so neat, so humble, so simple, so clear in what they are talking. Such a great people. And in ISRO also, we are in the, and this equipment, one is, it's a technological advanced equipment. I can understand what is involved inside in realizing the equipment, how it works. We can understand, Rajarajan also totally understand. And here, the entire navigation, you have to go millimeter accuracy and you have to go exactly and you have to do the things. If you move with a 5 millimeter accuracy, I think you will be, I think none of the patient will escape. Now, I want to tell you one thing. Just last year and year before last year, we had the opportunity. And because of the geopolitical reason, we were given the opportunity, we got the opportunity to launch 36 satellites, one of India, one satellite, in a single rocket. We had to place in centimeter accuracy at different places. And I know one thing, and I was one of the key persons in handling that system, how to place it in the right place. And I know one thing, in my village, whenever I have travelled in the bus never stopped in the right place. Either 5 meters this side or 5 meters that side, we stop. But here we have to talk about centimeter accuracy, we have to place. But then we are so confident. I am extremely happy to announce that 2 commercial launches placed 72 satellites exactly in the right place, and we made the history. And because of that, today we have got one more commercial launch. America has given a satellite for placing in the orbit, a commercial 4-ton satellite. Another 2 to 2.5 months, you will hear the news. Right now, the rocket is getting built up in Sriharikota. We are going to have that launch. Space research and medical thing. In fact, I was going on thinking, I was downloading a lot of things to understand. Is this an occasion to learn about medical field also? And space research has yielded a number of fruits for the medical field too, which unknowingly has gone into our system. Technologies developed in the high resolution images from space have in fact been made use for the CT and MRI scans, which is our main diagnostics tool. I think you all will agree with me. Space flights have demonstrated telemedicine, enabling remote diagnosis and treatment. And another area where in fact my department was directly working, miniaturization of sensors, lot of sensors. And this is also really useful, common usage in multiple places. The space community of our country is more than happy to render. In fact, when I asked whether this equipment is imported, honestly speaking, I was I know it is imported equipment, I was unhappy also. In fact, whenever we talk to Honorable Prime Minister and senior people, I used to say that so much equipment we are importing, medical equipment, what it consists? Nothing. Some of the parts, some software, some of the sensors. I think when we can build rockets and satellites, these are all child play. I think we have to have a policy to bring down the import content to less than 10% in another 5 to 10 years. This is what our wish. Surely everything is possible. As a technology serving ISRO, I have also seen, I always used to compare our human body with our systems. I think, I don't know how many of you are aware, the rocket system. Rocket is supposed to take human being or satellite from one place to another place. That is a simple purpose it does. And we have to have a lot of engines, like car engines. We have got engine. One engine is called cryogenic rocket engine. And we are using liquid hydrogen and liquid oxygen as the fuel. And this is used for taking, for example, take Chandrayaan 3 to place the satellite in the orbit. 37,000 km per hour velocity has to be given. 37,000 km per hour against car speed of 100 km per hour. And 50% of that velocity has to be given by cryogenic stage, upper stage. And all the countries, only 5 countries other than India had this technology. And when we were looking for the technology, other countries, everybody was very clear that they will not use the technology, so that India will never grow in the space program. And today I want to tell one thing. In 90s, the technology was denied to India, And that is the time I am completing my M.Tech in cryogenic rocket engines, cryogenic engineering from IIT Kharagpur with first rank and coming back. I joined with much junior level, then went for M.Tech, and with first rank I am joining back ISRO. That is the time the technology is denied. And you know what to do. But without this, we cannot have a meaningful space program. Then the program was started, I was a junior level. Today, I want to tell, we have developed 3 cryogenic propulsion systems, and we are one among 6 in the world to have that complex technology. And the developing is very, very easy. And this first system when we developed, it took 20 years. And second system when we developed, by that time there were initially project directors. Last 5 years I was the project director, and I was also the development chief. And I am happy to inform that in that development we are having 3 world records today. Not only developed, 3 world records. Number 1, with 3 engines, we have successfully accomplished the first mission, whereas other countries have taken average 6 to 7 engines. And minimum is 4 engines, maximum is 11 engines, other countries. And between the engine test to flight, we put a target. Because, see, when you get to the problem is when you become topper in the, as sir told, I was also a topper in all monthly tests from 3rd standard onwards. Unfortunately, in between my route went to diploma, then came back to AME, then went to M.Tech, then PhD, things like that it went. Then the problem for us is only one. We will not be satisfied with 2nd position, 3rd position, will not be satisfied. And then we put a target. Other countries have taken average 5 years to succeed. We put a target of 24 months. And today it is history. We have succeeded the development in 28 months from engine test to flight, and the next position goes to other countries, 34 months to 108 months they have taken, and we have got the 2nd world record. 3rd world record is 5,000 kg of hydrogen we have to use for testing purpose in a test stand, 1100 crore test stand, which is built near Kanyakumari. And if you handle hydrogen properly, it will work as a fuel. If you don't handle properly, it will explode. And the 1100 crore facility in 1100 milliseconds, it will become dust. And knowing that, we have to avoid. And generally, people do lot of experiments, then only they organize the test. Then we decided one thing, we have to have a world record here also. We will do lot of computer simulation, and we will do with minimum time, we will do the test. Minimum time, not only time, money also. Because when people like me comes from village background, whenever you write a test program, we are very careful about the village background also. How many people are below poverty line, what is happening in the village. And just like that, money is not spent. And today I want to tell, we have done a test in 34 days, we have succeeded. Other average time taken by other countries are 5 months. And minimum time is taken by any other country 68 days. And maximum is 10 months, and we have got the 3rd world record. And today, I think I can talk about space program. I am going to little stop and come back. And the cryogenic rocket engine, there is an important system called pumping system. The hydrogen and oxygen, it has to be pumped. And to develop a pump, we have taken, the pump has to work only 20 minutes. We have taken 8 years and we have developed qualified. And God has developed a pump which grow in size as time passes, up to the age of at least up to 24, 25 grow in size, and continuously working without any problem for 70 to 100 years it has to work. If it stops functioning for 5 minutes, you know what will happen. Assume it is stopping 5 minutes. I have to take rest, then only I will start. You know what will happen. And such a fantastic machine is designed by the God. Also, it is repaired by people like you, and like very casually. And I can understand the complexities. And you know, if you take the blood vessels, in fact, I used to go with my wife or when she was doing PhD and sit in the library, read medical books a lot of the time. And I was wondering, 60,000 miles of blood vessels which feed blood to different parts. Assume whatever quantity it is supposed to give it to knee, if that is pumped to brain, and whatever quantity is going to brain if it is pumped to otherwise, you know what will happen. 60,000 miles of blood vessels and functioning perfectly for years. What a fantastic design it is. And you are all the greatest individuals who deal with this type of things day in and day out. And if you see the neuro system, what type of system it is, within few pounds of mass, the entire brain, how it functions, what it is doing. Chandrayaan 2, there was a setback. You all know it could not soft land. And then there was a national committee constituted to study. Prime Minister gave only 1 month time to study and give the recommendations. And any setback, that type of thing will take more than 1 year. But then we decided, what is the use of first rank? When there is a demand of 1 month, we should complete in 1 month. There is no use of first rank. First rank certificate will be in the house only. So we have to demonstrate. And I want to tell, exactly 5 hours before the deadline of 30 days, we submitted the report, 1100-page report with 107 recommendations, pinpointing the reason for setback and giving 107 recommendations. Today everything is implemented and we have succeeded Chandrayaan 3 and we are the first country soft land near the south pole of moon. And I was so blessed to be the chairperson of that national level committee which did that job. And now when it comes to the medical field, I think we also have to understand, நமக்கு 1947 சுதந்திரம் கிடைக்கும்போது 97.5% people were below the poverty line. அது below the poverty line இங்கிலீஷில் சொல்லியாச்சுன்னா டக்குன்னு உங்களுக்கு புரியாது. இப்போ எங்கள் வில்லேஜ் எல்லாம் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா நான் 5ஆம் கிளாஸ் 6ஆம் கிளாஸ் படிக்கும்போது 50% people ஒரு நாளைக்கு ஒரு நேரம் தான் சாப்பிடுவாங்க. That was the poverty line. That is the poverty condition. From that, today, நம்ம உலகத்தில் எக்கனாமிக்கலி 5th ஸ்டாட்டஸில் வந்திருக்கோம். I think let us give a big hand to all those missionary leaders and political leaders, all the leaders responsible for that. இந்த மெடிக்கல் ஃபீல்டை நம்ம எடுத்து பார்த்தோம்னா, அன்றைக்கி சுதந்திரம் கிடைக்கும் போது இந்த ஆடியன்ஸ் நான் பேச வேண்டியதில்லை, பட் ஐ ஹவ் டு ஸ்பீக். The average life of Indians were hardly 32 years. And so many deadly diseases in the country. Today, the average life of Indians have gone to 71 or 72. Let us give a very big hand to all the medical fraternity who are here. Let us give a very, very big hand. I think you people really deserve high level of appreciation. Taking birth, I have studied in my 6th standard. Taking birth as a human being is a great blessing. And getting married is again a great occasion. But then you should understand, those days, probably, I don't know, Trichy, whether you understand or not, in my village, somebody is becoming pregnant. When somebody is becoming pregnant, it is a great celebration, initially. After 3 months, it is a sad situation, whether she will survive or die. Till the baby is delivered, nobody knows in the village whether she will survive or die. And from that, if you take the MMR, at that point of time, from 2000, today the number has come to less than 100, I think 97, 96, that type of numbers. And infant mortality rate from 150 per thousand, today it is coming just 25, 26. I think the great credit should go to the medical fraternity of this country. And you all deserve high level of appreciation. The way we handled the COVID, that gives enormous capability of this country. And in fact, the connection between me and medical field is very simple. As sir told, whenever I get fed up with engineering, simply for a change, there are people who go for cinema, go for dance, and I read medical books so that you relax little bit, understand what is what. And also, my wife was a PhD in biochemistry, and when she was doing a PhD, I was, even though I am not the author of the thesis, I was part of the full thesis work. And the entire experiment, at least I should share the outcome of the experiment. The study was on effect of nicotine on gonadal function in rats. And we can understand that when the dose-dependent study, when the dose is increased gradually, how it suffers. And I don't know how many of you are aware, this outcome of her thesis is only 2-3 outcome. One major outcome is, it was experimental work. If somebody smokes more, even the 3rd generation they suffer. Need not be 1st generation in terms of reproductive system. This is one of the outcome of that thesis. And with experimental thing. And when you take really medical professionals, you have to work. No, I want to tell you one thing. How many of you have seen God? I don't know. When you go to temple, church, mosque, yes, you go, we pray, come. But we always see God in some time. When? I have seen God always in my teacher's face. Whenever I talk to my teachers, now also I talk, primary school teachers, I see God in their face. Whenever I am in front of my senior bosses, I have reported to 13 bosses, all were good to me. Unfortunately, I was not good to all of them. Sometimes arrogance, technical arrogance, sometimes you are so authority in expressing your views, and sometimes you communicate in an immature way. But my bosses were always good to me. So I always see God in their face. But another important place, when you are in a medical emergency, when you sit in front of a doctor, I am very frankly telling, we see God in your face. So God will never ditch. You know, God should never ditch a human being. So the medical ethics, medical thing, everything has to be done accordingly. Of course, business is required, everything is required, but medical ethics is a great term. I know you all are having that, but then it has to be really inculcated.
Narayanan அவர்கள் தலைமையில் வந்து நம்ம காவேரி ஹாஸ்பிட்டலில் ஒன் ஆஃப் த மோஸ்ட் அட்வான்ஸ்டு இமேஜிங் டெக்னாலஜி, அதாவது 3D இமேஜிங் டெக்னாலஜி, ஆப்ரேஷன் தியேட்டரில் யூஸ் பண்ணுற இமேஜிங் டெக்னாலஜி, அந்த எக்யூப்மெண்ட்டை சென்னையில் முதல் முறையாக நம்ம காவேரி மருத்துவமனையில் ஆரம்பிச்சிருக்கோம். இது எதுக்குன்னா மெயினாக பிரெயின் சர்ஜரி, ஸ்பைன் சர்ஜரி அண்ட் ஆர்த்தோபெடிக் சர்ஜரிக்கு யூஸ் பண்ணுறது. பிரெயின் அண்ட் ஸ்பைனில் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா அந்த 1 மில்லிமீட்டர் நுணுக்கம் கூட ரொம்ப இம்பார்ட்டன்ட். ஏன்னா க்ளோசர் டு த பிளட் வெசல்ஸ் அண்ட் நர்வ்ஸ் இருக்கிறதுனால இந்த டெக்னாலஜி மூலமாக பேஷண்ட்டோட கிளினிக்கல் அவுட்கம் வந்து ரொம்ப இம்ப்ரூவ் ஆக போகுது. அண்ட் ஆல்சோ டாக்டர்ஸ் அண்ட் அவங்களோட சேஃப்டியும் இம்ப்ரூவ் ஆகும். இது ஓஎம் டெக்னாலஜிங்கிறது சென்னையில் முதன்முறையாக காவேரி மருத்துவமனை குழுமத்தில் இன்னைக்கு லான்ச் பண்ணிருக்கோம். யூஸ் பண்ணுற எக்யூப்மெண்ட் யூஸ் பண்ணுவோம். அது பார்த்தீங்கன்னா நிறைய நேரம் உங்களுக்கு ரேடியேஷன், அதனால ஒரு ஆப்ரேஷனோட டைமும் ப்ரொலாங் ஆகும், பேஷண்ட்டோட ரிகவரியும் ஜாஸ்தியாகும். இந்த இமேஜிங் டெக்னாலஜி இல்லைன்னா உங்களுக்கு வந்து பேஷண்ட்டோட ஆப்ரேஷன் தியேட்டரோட டைமும் கம்மியாகும், அதனால் குயிக்காக வீட்டுக்கு போயிடலாம். இன்ஃபேக்ட் வந்து காஸ்ட் எஃபெக்டிவாக இருக்கும். இதனால் வந்து ஒரு மருத்துவத்தோட ஒரு பிரைன் அண்ட் ஸ்பைன் சர்ஜரியோட காஸ்ட் கம்மியாகுமே உள்ள ஜாஸ்தியாகாது.
Tuberculosis in spine is increasing, yeah. So இந்த சர்ஜரி மூலமா மெடிசன் இல்லாம சர்ஜரி மட்டும் பண்ண முடியுமா?
டியூபர்குலோசிஸ் வந்து ஒரு மருத்துவ வியாதி, அதாவது அது வந்து மெடிசன்லயே கியூர் பண்ணலாம். பட் சர்ஜரி தேவைப்படக்கூடிய பேஷண்ட்ஸ்க்கு இந்த கருவி மூலமா ரொம்ப நல்லா பண்ணலாம், எந்த ஒரு பாதிப்பும் இல்லாம பண்ணலாம் அந்த ஆபரேஷன்.
வந்து எல்லா பேஷண்ட் இது மூலமா பண்ண போறீங்களா?
இல்ல. ஸோ சார் சொன்ன மாதிரி எல்லா பேஷண்ட்ஸ்க்கும் இந்த கருவி தேவைப்படாது. ஸோ எந்தெந்த பேஷண்ட்ஸ்க்கு அது தேவையோ அந்த பேஷண்ட்ஸ் மட்டும்தான் அந்த கருவி யூஸ் பண்ணுவோம் கண்டிப்பாக. ஸோ இதில் வந்து ஏஐ எக்யூப்மெண்ட் பொறுத்து இருக்குது. ஸோ இதனால் வந்து நம்ம டேட்டாவெல்லாம் வந்து ஸ்டோர் பண்ணி வச்சுட்டு இது வந்து எப்படி வந்து பிளான் பண்ணலாம், அடுத்த பேஷண்ட்க்கு எப்படி பண்ணலாம், இந்த பேஷண்ட் எது ப்ராப்ளம் இல்லாமல் எப்படி பண்ணலாம் அப்படிங்கிறத இந்த ஏஐ கருவி மூலியமாக அது வந்து ரோபாட்டிக்கும் சேர்த்து அது ஆப்ரேஷன் பண்ணலாம்.
டெக்னாலஜி மட்டும் இல்லை, அந்த டெக்னாலஜி யூஸ் பண்ணுற எக்ஸ்பர்டீஸ், இப்போ வந்து டாக்டர் பாலமுரளி, டாக்டர் ரங்கநாதன் ஜோதி, டாக்டர் ஸ்ரீதா, அந்த மாதிரி நியூரோ சர்ஜரி அண்ட் ஸ்பைன் சர்ஜரி எக்ஸ்பர்ட்ஸும், அதை ட்ரெயின்ட் எக்ஸ்பர்ட்ஸும் இருக்கிறதுனால தான் பேஷண்ட்டோட ரிசல்ட்ஸ் இம்ப்ரூவ் ஆகும்.